We noticed that the top management has generated this vision and mission statement, but also follows through with this vision and daily management decisions. We noticed that bridge builders, leaders expertly carry out this idea of transformational management, the idea of making employees aware of how important their job is for the organization, and also making them aware for their need for personal growth. And then finally, how leaders motivate the managers to work for the good of the organization as a whole and not just for themselves individually. We noticed organized job training and human resources division that leads to effective and efficient organization. Bridge Builders exhibits distributive justice by offering equal treatment, pay, and promotions throughout the whole organization, no matter what kind of background the employees may have. Bridge Builders has diverse employees on a functional, business, and a corporate level, and the opportunity to move up throughout those levels. Bridge Builders has effective human resource planning in order to take care of the needs of their employees currently as well as in the future. According to one of the farm managers we heard him say, it's not about the project, it's about the people. We also saw a knowledgeable and committed staff. We know that one of the most important traits of a leader is knowledge, and Bridge Builders is an organization that daily mentors the employees about their jobs, but also their everyday lives. This exchange of knowledge is effective in bettering employees and therefore bettering the organization as a whole. This communication between management and employees has enhanced the cohesiveness of the entire organization. The cycle of poverty is being broken in the Bonton community. Bridge Builders is in the process of changing the Bonton community as well as changing the lives of the people in the community. It's easy to see in the employees and all their stories how evident the transformation is. And we saw a positive culture in the organization and the goal to restore people to God, to self, to others, and to creation. We saw a wide range of community outreaches such as job training, parenting classes, and youth programs. We saw this Bridge Builders providing these opportunities for people to effectively restore to others and to self through community outreach.
So with the external relations, in contacting different people on setting up what information or setting up like what do we need to do, where do we need to be at, a lot of times when we were trying to get that information, the information wasn't really relayed to us. Even if different people had contacted the same person at different times. There wasn't really an organization to keep up with the communication with volunteers arriving, when they're working, when they were leaving. There wasn't like a big connection of the staff that was there, because sometimes one person would be trying to say one thing, but another person would be like, no, I think my way is a little better, so let me kind of do this. The sign-in process, like we were saying, was really not well defined, and so people were trying to see if they're getting in, what time they're trying to get in, things like that. The same thing with the on and off location, trying to figure out, are we here or are we there, type of motivation within the volunteers. We noticed that a lot of them were either on their phones or doing that kind of stuff, just kind of sitting around, or when they were supposed to be doing work. The communication with the Bonton House, and how the main location is over there, and then we're over here. So another thing was the development process for the volunteers and the people who were coming to the organization. As we saw on like the website and from different people talking to us, there's a lot of skill sets that each person has to develop in order to be ready for the organization. And so one thing that we noticed is that it took for the men and the women to be ready or to have something in their craft. It took a long time for someone to get out there.
And I noticed that they were mostly in the local area and in the regional area. So locally, specifically in the area of Bonton, a few things that you could do is really encourage the education of the young people in the area through possibly offering scholarships for those that graduate high school with honors, or rewarding academic excellence. And another thing that you guys have the opportunity to do is just increase your influence in the area. mentioned that your I guess headquarters is separated from the area of Bonton, and if by moving into the Bonton area, you would be able to give more outreach into the area and just influence more members of the community. Specifically through the work that you guys are doing on the farm, you have a great opportunity to just improve the overall health of the Bonton area. And Dallas is one of the least healthy places in America, and it starts in places outside of the downtown. And so places like Bonton, where they don't have the opportunity to eat healthy foods and get the nutrition that they need, you guys really have an opportunity there to kind of fight the battle against obesity, and as well as restoring people to themselves and creation and to God. You have an opportunity to make them healthier people physically as well as spiritually. Regionally, I was thinking more of the area of Dallas itself, not just the Bonton community, but the entire city of Dallas. You have an opportunity there to expand your training programs. Right now, I believe your training programs is connected to just one business, I think. And through expanding your training programs, you would have an opportunity to maybe meet the interests or skill sets that have already been developed of residents to go into other businesses and other job markets, so as to continue to break the cycle and allow them to attain jobs in other areas and just continue to affect them and affecting more people. In the same way, you have the opportunity to reach further than just the Bonton community, and I truly believe that this is your intention and this is on your radar, that Bonton is not the end game, and that you're going to reach other impoverished areas of Dallas and other low-income situations and communities. But through these things, you can increase the exposure of Jesus Christ and of your organization, and overall just bring your mission statement to not to fulfillment, because I don't believe that is ever truly attainable, but bringing it closer to fruition and getting closer to achieving those goals.
But a lot of the big stuff that we heard and learned from you was the government and the economy. So the economic downturn was one of the things I kind of pointed out, and that you kind of said a little bit, because you rely so heavily on donations.
Right.
So when any type of economic downfall happens, more people are not going to be as willing to donate, or maybe not donate as much. And then you talked about the possibility of losing nonprofit status within legislation and government, and so that was a big thing that could be a challenge. Government incentives and intentions was a big thing, because when the government wants to just hand out money to these people, that kind of just doesn't let them learn. Talked about the people, so we're the millennial generation. That kind of has an effect, because we have this whole idea that everything is ours and we don't have to work for it. Social loafing, this was kind of with the volunteers, just because I had talked about how seeing a few people on their phones and people just standing there not doing anything, just because there's people already doing it. And then another big thing was who is knocking these people farther down. The churches in that area kind of have this wrong mindset of you give this much and God will give you this much, which kind of corrupts the whole mindset of everything. And with them telling people this, it kind of leads to what you were saying when they say, oh, I'm a Christian, I give to the church and stuff like this, but they don't really know the meaning behind that. And then the community companies, so you had talked to us about car companies that sell cars to people, they put ginormous interest rates to where people can't pay it back and repo and then start the whole process over, which makes them money and hurts the people even more, which then hurts the community more. And then the people themselves, so mentally, physically, spiritually, there's that whole process where mentally they got to get over that hump and not do anything bad and want to be on that righteous path, pretty much, and that has to do along with the spiritual. And then physical, with them being incredibly unhealthy, because there's no other options really for them to go to the grocery, go get food that's healthier for them. And then the government, talked a little bit about that, the last one, with them trying to take away nonprofit status and giving people money and just hurting that whole system. And then education, we talked about this with our opportunities, just because there really isn't a reinforcement that you're going to be able to go on any farther.
Regarding maximizing strengths, staying consistent with the current vision and emphasizing the importance of that vision to all the employees and the volunteers, so everyone just keeps on going toward the same goal. And then also continuing to grow in the community that you're in, just keep expanding and reaching more people and staying committed to that community so they can get better and get healthier. Regarding overcoming the threat, or getting support by the program results in order to face the government oppositions, like them giving them money, and people see results, they're going to start looking to you instead of the government. And then also have a plan on what to do if the economy turns down, and so you're not getting the donations as much anymore. And then regarding weaknesses, the company should consult with the volunteers about where and what they will be doing, possibly even having predetermined roles for everyone. So once they get there, they know exactly what they're doing and where they're going to be doing it. And stressing the importance of what they're doing. Also, just splitting the task between employees, so if they feel overwhelmed, they're not, they can communicate with people a little better. And then regarding taking advantages of opportunities, they should just continue to grow the farm because it can like just reach people. And increasing the amount of training programs to even like hit more skill sets of the people within the community. Just providing incentives for academic excellence to promote graduation and going on to higher education.